Alright, so I'm working with children's measurements. As you can see, I have the measurement written down here. The body is, of course, is smaller, so of course the measurement will be small as. So for the shoulder length, I'm working with 10. So I'm going to make a mark for 5 for shoulder, right? 10 divided by 2, that will be 5. So I have the shoulder length for that. And I know that I want the cut of the cup of the shoulder to be 4. So I'm going to put a marking for the measurement for 4. So what I'm going to do here is connect the 4 inches up here that I already make the marking for, and then I'm going to connect it to this line for the O, okay? And also this can also count for the upper body, okay? So we can actually make it a straight line to the middle part of the paper. So we're going to measure down 4 inches down, okay? Make it a straight line from the shoulder to the arm O, okay? So now we're going to move to the neck area. So depending on what type of shape of the neck area we're doing, that's what's going to determine how you cut it. But for the measurement that we're using is 3, and you can even use 2.5 if you have a smaller baby. So I'm using 3, but I'm going to measure 2.5, okay? So I have 2.5 here, and then I'm going to do 3 down, but I'm also going to measure 2.5 down, okay? So I have room for cutting and then for sewing allowance. So I'm not going to cut it all the way for 3 inches here until when I'm transferring it to the fabric, okay? So I have the measurement here on the neck area, on the shoulder area for 2.5, and coming down also I have 2.5, okay? So say we're going to bring the lines down, 2.5 down, and we're connecting the lines for the neck area. So like I was saying, so depending on the type of shape that you want, depending on the design that you're working with, you can either leave it like this, or if you're working with a round neck like I'm doing, all you have to do is to go in and create a circular shape in the middle like that. You just want to give it a little curve, just a little curve, not a circular shape, a curve, okay? So once we're done with that, it's pretty easy, nothing too crazy if you follow the measurements and you know how to cut it. And then we're going to the arm O. So the arm O, we know that we don't want it to be a straight line. Again, depending on the design that you're working with. So with this one, I'm going to go in and give it a curve again. And you can use normally with an adult, you use a all right, so today we will be making a dress. So I'm working with the tulle fabric and a satin fabric and some nice pretty buttons. I'll be using this pattern, and I have so I also picked this cute buttons that I will be placing in front of the dress just to make it look more pretty. So we have this especially for kids. We want their dresses to be fun and attractive. So I picked that out, not too much. And of course, we'll be using this pretty silver. It's blue silverish in a way in the video, but it's silver. Silver at the back. I couldn't find exact blue, but I think that should blend just fine. And of course, I picked out a satin fabric, and this will be the lining. So I'm ready to make this fabulous project. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Alright, so to get the peplum flare shape, you want to start from the tippy top. After you've had your fabric unfold like this, you go to the middle part, okay? Find your middle point, then measure 4 inches down, or it could be 3, however you want it to be, big or small, okay? So if you want a big circle, you can measure 3 to 4 inches down. You put 3 inches, you go to the top, 3 inches, go to the top, measure down 3 inches, go to the down, go to this part, measure down 3 inches, this side 3 inches all around. You get the point. Now we want to get the length of the flare. So again, we're going to go to the tippy top. Then you want to measure down, say, let's go with 7 inches. 7 inches down, back to the middle, 7 inches, back to the middle top, 7 inches, back to the middle top, 7 inches, back to the middle top, 7 inches. Makes sense? That way, now next we are going to connect the dots. Connect, 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 connect the dots like that. All the way around, okay? Now next up, we're going to trace out the patterns, the darts, and then cut out the circular shape. I'm going to cut out, go to the tippy top, you cut out your circular shape, to the bottom, cut out your circular shape like that. And there you have it. You have your pattern. You can take this, when you open it up, you see the circular shape, that's what we need. You take this, place it on your fabric, get your lining, get everything that you need to sew the circle, then you have your front and back. So you want to cut about 2 layers of this, including the lining, it will be 4 layers.
Financial flexibility, which allows you to eventually exit the grind.
All right, make sure your fabric is unfold. So to make the 2, I'm going to measure about 7 inches out. Then I'm going to make a marking for the width, and for the length, I'm going to measure out about 56. But when I have the fabric unfold, it will be 28. So I'm going to measure this way for 28 inches and 7 inches for the width. All right, next up, I'm making a bow. Now, I'm going to measure about 5.5 inches out. Okay, and 5.5 inches for the width as well. I'm going to take a marker, mark it down, then cut out my fabric. All right, so for the little strap that goes across the bow, I'm going to be using 4 inches. Okay, 4 inches around, and then 2 inches. Actually, I'm going to make it 3 inches in terms of the length, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with this. All right, so this is what I have for the bow strap. So I'm going to sew it down like so. Okay, so I'm going to fold it, as you can see. Okay, again, I measure 3 by 4. Then to sew it, we're going to fold it like so. Once we fold it down, to sew it, I'm going to sew the sides right here, and then I'm going to turn it around and wrap it around the ball.
It's all clean now. Mom, what does this do? What does this do? What is this?
Okay, this is what I have so far. I'm still making some of the adding more ruffles at the bottom. So at the bottom, I gathered up the tulle. So as you can see, this ruffles. So the difference out of the tulle, I sewed this one opening down, opening out like this, and then I gather it up. And now the bottom, I flipped the tulle, and then I gathered it up at the bottom like that. Okay, so you can see it. You see the difference? All right, so that's the look that we're going for.
Sonic.
All right, so for the bow, I have
What time is it?
So I have the bow sewn, and now I'm going to sew it, and then close it right here, iron it down, and then put the loop around it. All right, find the middle point, and put it around it. So here you have it for the bow. Okay, I'm going to find a middle ground and then stitch it down with a needle and thread. Okay, right. I might even decide to place it somewhere else, but I think for now the middle is just fine.